Hello, my name is Bianca McCarthy of Troop 2109, and today I am showing you how to make crocheted mats for the homeless out of recycled plastic bags. The way to acquire these plastic bags are asking neighbors for ones that they may have been saving up, or co-workers, or you can ask supermarkets for returned bags. Once you have acquired enough plastic bags, which would be about 1,000 plastic bags for mat, you will have to start making plarn out of them, which is basically yarn made out of plastic. And to do that, you have to make rings out of the plastic bags. Now, first off, you're going to want to flatten out your bag like this on probably a cutting surface so that you don't damage any table that you might be using. And we were lucky enough to find this pizza cutter, but you can use scissors or an X-Acto knife would work. And first off, you want to cut off the end of the bag since it's closed at the bottom, but then you want to make slices horizontally through the bag, about 3 inches apart from each other. And this will make rings that you can then loop together. To make the plarn, you want to take your plastic rings that you've just cut, and you want to loop them together like so. Now be careful not to pull so tight on them because they might tear. And you just keep on going until you have enough plarn to roll up a ball about the size of a softball. Once you have made your ball of plarn, you want to take the end of the roll and you want to make a knot out of it, like so. Once you have looped it underneath, you want to pull it through. Tie it not too tight, but leave a loop at the end. But make sure that it's a tight knot. Once you have done so, you want to take your crochet hook. 16 millimeters is the most reasonable size to work with plarn. And you want to put it through the loop. And you want to take the plarn and just bring it through, like so. And then you just keep on doing that. This is called a chain stitch, and you want to keep on looping the plarn together until you reach about 3 feet of length if you are going for a 3 foot wide mat. Okay, once you've brought it to what you believe is a reasonable length, which should be about 3 feet, you want to turn it around and then pick the hole closest to the end. It doesn't matter if you miss a hole on this part, it doesn't have to be perfect. Then you want to, hold on, let me show you. Once you pick a hole that's close to the end, you want to put the crochet hook through it, take a piece of plarn and loop it through. Once you do that, there should be 2 pieces of plarn looped around your crochet hook. Then you want to take another piece of plarn and loop it through both of them. Once you've done that, you've created your first single stitch. and you want to keep on going all the way down the line. Now remember, if you miss a hole, it really isn't too important, but try to keep it consistent so that it's neat. And you just keep going. Once you've done it a bit, you'll start to get the hang of it, and it'll get easier. At first it starts off a little tight, so it'll be a bit difficult to get your hook through. But once you get the hang of it, your knots will become more consistent and not so tight. And you see how it's getting thicker than the single chain. You just want to keep on going all the way to the end. Okay, once you have finished your row and you have completed the last stitch, as I'm doing right now, you're going to want to turn around your chain, and then you're going to want to start back the other way again using the same stitches, but this time you have to be sure not to miss any of the holes. It should be a lot easier since they're lined up nicely, but if you miss any holes, you're gonna have to go back and start it again. And once you get to the end, this first hole right here that's connected to the bit of yarn that your crochet hook is in, this is still a hole that you have to put a stitch through. And if you miss that, your crocheting mat isn't going to have straight edges. It's gonna start caving in. Okay, I have just completed the third row, and I'm at the end now, because I wanted to show you to make sure, this is it might seem to be the last stitch, but you have to be sure. To do this stitch right here. It's going to be very tight, but you have to make sure that you get both loops and push your crochet hook through the hole. And complete the stitch. And once you've done that, you turn it around, making sure to do the first stitch again, and go back and start your fourth row. And just for demonstration's sake, I'm going to end this early to show you how to end it. Now, of course, making sure you do the last stitch again. And if you don't, just a heads up, your mat will get skinnier and skinnier. So that would be what, if you start to notice that's what you're doing wrong. Once you've done the last stitch, to end it, you want to take a pair of scissors. You want to cut the plarn about 3 inches away. Then you want to take your crochet hook. You want to take your plarn, and you want to loop it through the hole, bring it all the way through, and pull it tight. And that's how you end it. To make sure that it's secure, you might want to tie it a second time. And then you can just cut these last bits off, and that's your mat completed. This is the finished product. It is about 6 feet long and 3 feet wide. It took us about 500 bags to make, and when we finished it, we rolled it up, and then we made these little belt ties, which is about 2 or 3 rows worth, to tie around the mat so that it's easier to carry around.